Animal revenge. Snakebite. A man in Pittston, Pennsylvania, was bitten by his friend's cobra in 1997 when he reached into the tank to retrieve the deadly snake. Once bitten, he said to his friend that he didn't need to go to the hospital. He said that he was a man and could handle it. Instead of seeking medical attention, they went to a bar. He downed several beers there, boasted about the bite, and then promptly died an hour later, proving what a man he was. Cobra venom is a slow-acting toxin that attacks the central nervous system over a few hours. Rhino justice. It was April 2019 in South Africa when a rhinoceros poacher decided to go out on a hunt. So, he snuck into a national park with the intention of killing rhinos and retrieving their horns. Apparently, the wildlife he so wanted to kill got the upper hand. The poacher was trampled by elephants and devoured by lions. Tight squeeze. On January 28, 2018, in Malaysia, a 12-foot reticulated python was asleep by the side of the road when a man noticed it. Knowing that the snake was worth a lot, the 35-year-old pulled out a sickle and gloves ready for this windfall. He successfully captured the snake. He drove home on his motorbike, all the while holding the reptile's head high in triumph. But the snake wasn't dead. The enraged captive swung in the air and wrapped its body around its captor. When the man veered off the road, onlookers went to see what had happened and immediately called the authorities. The man's body was freed by killing the 11.5-foot-long snake. The autopsy showed that the man had been strangled to death. Kitty. September 23, 2014. A 19-year-old factory worker in India had lunch with a white tiger at the cat's home, the Delhi Zoo. The man climbed over the fence surrounding the tiger enclosure after receiving 2 previous warnings. He swam across the moat and reached Tiger Island. After mauling the intruder to death, the white tiger dragged his body around the island for 2 hours, until the animal was finally scared into a cave where the body was recovered. In many countries, the animal would have been destroyed to appease enraged citizens. In India, the tiger was considered acting in accordance with its nature was not punished for the day's excitement. DIY snake exterminator. On November 21, 2021, a Montgomery County homeowner had enough of the snake infestation in his house. However, he chose to smoke the basement with coals burning on the basement floor rather than hiring a professional. The fire that the coals started probably did smoke out the snakes, but it also spread and destroyed the house. Snake surprise. On January 19, 2022, a Maryland man was discovered dead in his home by authorities conducting a welfare check. The man lived alone except for his entourage of snakes, many of which were venomous. There were 124 snakes living in the house, including black mambas, cobras, rattlesnakes, and a giant python. The exotic snakes were housed in exquisite enclosures designed to resemble their natural habitat. However, it seems that one disgruntled serpent objected to their confinement. An autopsy revealed that the 49-year-old human died from accidental snake envenomation. Brainless boys. Not really animal revenge, but stupidity goes beyond just humans. The woolly mammoth species is an elephant species that went extinct around 10,000 years ago. A mammoth corpse is not normally preserved, but occasionally they end up encased in mud, tar, are swallowed by sinkholes, or wedged in glacial ice. The majority of those oddly preserved pachyderms are male. Although there are probably many reasons for the extinction, males' propensity to stray from the group did not increase the chances of the species surviving. According to a study by Swedish mammoth expert published in Current Biology, of the roughly 100 woolly mammoth remains that his team sex-tested, 70% were male. The author revealed that males of many species have a tendency to do somewhat stupid things that end up getting them killed in stupid ways. Another study of 14 South Dakota mammoths found 13 were male. It appears that males of the species just weren't that smart. Pick on someone your own size. 3 male elephants, 3 male humans, and the desire to take the ideal wildlife selfie are a recipe for disaster. There were 3 elephants spotted in the bush near a town in southwest Zimbabwe on February 18, 2017. Complaining that he could not get a good selfie, the man and his 2 friends tried to herd the 3 elephants into a clearing. For a while, the elephants took little notice of the men. Suddenly, out of the bush, a large bull elephant charged the remaining elephants, who turned around and charged the men who were provoking them. Running, each man desperate to save his own skin. The bull became even more enraged and trampled one of the men to death, leaving his friends to escape. Elephant selfie. In Kenya on April 24th, a furious pachyderm in Kenya killed two men who were taking selfies. The wild elephant trampled them to death and covered their bodies with brush. While taking the pictures, the two men were actually putting their hands on the elephant's face. Couldn't bear it. On May 5, 2018, a man from India and his friends drove home from a wedding. While stopped by the side of the road to relieve himself, he noticed an injured bear. But instead of calling for help, he decided to take a selfie with his phone. His friends warned him against taking the picture, but he continued to approach the injured animal. As it turned out, the bear was not as injured as it seemed. The animal leaped forward and pinned the man to the ground, mauling him and killing him. While horrified, the passengers in the car pulled out their phones and began videotaping the attack. Then, a stray dog entered the fight and attempted to repel the bear. The dog escaped. The man did not. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more.